Welcome, welcome. It is Friday night. Not quite sure how long I'm going to be here to talk with you for right now, but as always, I have a topic and we're going to touch base on it. Excuse me. I hope you find it encouraging. I hope that it is something you can take away with you. And if you see me looking in different spaces, it is because I am in different places here. I am in the clubhouse room. I'm also in I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just trying to fix something really quick. But I'm in Clubhouse. I'm also on Instagram. I am also in, um, okay. I'm also in YouTube and I'm on Facebook. So I am sharing tonight on staying true to yourself and your business. And I'm just trying to get a few things up and running. And then we will go ahead and we'll start chatting. All right. Give me one quick second, you guys. Sorry about that. Okay. Alrighty. So sorry about that. I had to fix something on my end. But tonight we're talking about staying true to yourself in your business. And of course, this is a live. So, you see me trying to fix some things here, take care of the tech and everything on YouTube and Instagram and everything like that. So, staying true to your business. Okay. So, I have been doing this for quite some time now, and I'm sure that you have too. Even if you've just gotten started, then I'm sure that you know that running a business is not an easy thing. It is something that you're going to have to stick with over time if you want to see it be a success. And your definition of success is going to be very different from what everyone else's definition of success is going to be. So for some people, success means, having a multi-million dollar business that they can sell to someone else. To some people, it means running a business that puts food on their table. And to some people, running a successful business means that it is something that they can go to when they want to have extra money, that is sustainable, that they have clients. Um, and a lot of times I have spoken before about what it means to establish your own level of success in business. Like, what does success look like for you? One of the reasons why I do this is because I want to make sure that you are always thinking about what you feel like success means to you, right? And so while you're on this journey of reaching and attaining new levels of success, and even, sustaining the current level of success that you have, right? There are going to be tests and trials. There are going to be things that you want to do, things that you probably should do, things that you should not do. And what I want to tell you is that you are the one who has to lead within your business. Okay. Now, if you have a partnership where you're working with someone else in your business, that is a co leadership. However, generally, there is one person, right, that is leading. And even if you have a partnership, you still have to be able to lead yourself. So, one of the things that I think is very important is that as you are growing and moving and shifting and working with your clients, going to new heights and really enjoying this ride of entrepreneurship, I think it's very important that you stay in tune with yourself. So I'm trying to shift because my camera over here on Instagram is a little odd, but I think it's very important that you stay in tune with yourself, that you know what it is that you expect and what you want to get out of this wow ride that you're currently on, right? And as you're taking this journey, that you ask yourself constantly, like, what is it that I'm aiming for? What is it that I want? What am I trying to achieve here? What is my goal? And a lot of times you'll hear me talk about how you have to write down your goals. And it's because I'm a firm believer in this. I know that there were studies done. And if I'm not mistaken, I think there were like Harvard studies and things like that where people had to, they tested when people wrote down their goals, what was the success rate for them versus people who had not. And I don't know the exact statistic at this time, but I know that it was observed when they went back years later that the people who wrote down their goals were more likely to achieve those goals. And so, making notes of things, writing down things, excuse me, it makes it more of a reality to ourselves. Okay. It solidifies what it is that we desire and what we want. And before anything else, when we write down what we desire, it clarifies to ourselves what we want, right? Because you can talk all day. You can talk all day about what you want. You can think all day about what you want. But sometimes it's not until you put something down on paper, you go back and you review it, or you even just look at it right now, that it reflects back to you what it is that you're desiring, what it is that you want. So, I just want to make sure that as you are going on this journey and you are building your business, that you remember that you are the primary visionary. And whatever it is that you are seeing for yourself in your business, it's very important that you lay out a path for yourself and you begin to follow that path. And you begin to take this journey. And if it's a journey that you're already on, one that you've been traveling on for a while or so, then I want you to clarify it for yourself and make sure that you have incorporated into your business your values. So whether that be loyalty, integrity, whether that be creativity, innovation, I want you to ingrain that into your business. And if you think about a lot of different businesses, like if we just talk about some businesses right now, you can kind of see some of the values that have been ingrained in a business. So if we talk about, let's look at Tesla. So we know Tesla is owned by Elon Musk. And if we were to try to pick out one of his core values, we would say that we know it's innovation. One of the reasons why is because he is always taking what someone has already done and trying to make it better. Not only that, but trying to uh, change for in type of futuristic way and advance the technology. So he's always trying to innovate. That's what happened with PayPal when he owned it. That's what happened with um, Tesla, and that is now what we are seeing happen with Twitter. We're seeing that he's even changed the name. We're gone from Twitter to X. He's changed the way that the platform actually operates in regards to how you post, how you're recognized, how you are confirmed in your post and in your platform, right? So one of the things that, as I'm saying to you, is you want to make sure that your core values are present in your business. So, I was listening to a leader most recently, and he was talking about how he values humor. So he feels like humor is a way that helps to communicate his message and help his audience relax. And so sometimes he'll tell a joke to kind of get things, started, to break the ice. And he just tries to keep things really lighthearted. And that's because that's what he values. So, in staying true to yourself in your business, you want to incorporate your values and make sure that they are very much present, right? Another thing that you want to think about is, like I was telling you before, your direction. The direction that you want to move in for your business is extremely important, because this is going to determine like your business model. It's going to determine your types of products and services. It's going to determine your relationships. It's going to determine your personal activities and professional activities as the CEO. It's going to determine all of the different things that make up what you will see and understand about your business in the future, because directionally you are moving in a certain way. So if you are running a business and you value intimacy with your customers and your clients, right? Then you're going to create a business that is very all kind of inclusive, where you will make sure that you're always connecting one on one. And the direction that your business may be moving in may be a very deep, centered community model. And that's because if that's something that you desire or something that you have always wanted and you're creating that space for that, then you're going to move your business in that direction. If you are, wanting to have a type of business where it provides you more personal time. Maybe you're an introvert, and you are wanting to really pay attention to where you place your energy, right? Then you may create a business that is centered around times where you pour out and times where you connect in different ways, maybe not so much person to person, in emails or text messages or messages in general, maybe recording videos. And then once you've designed your business the way that you want and built your community, then you are connecting with your audience in a different way, but you have a select few. If you are someone who's an extrovert, you may enjoy speaking more, right, or being out front, or having more connections with bigger groups of people. When this happens, then your business is going to move in a completely different direction. Instead of it being something that is more intimate constantly, then you're going to be looking to have bigger experiences, not so much as smaller ones. You're going to be looking for opportunities to be in the front, or opportunities to gather on a larger scale. Is the direction that you choose to move in your business, it needs to be in alignment with who you are. It needs to be in alignment with what you desire. It needs to be in alignment with your values. Okay. And the other thing is, I want you to really think about following your gut. A lot of people oftentimes struggle with this one because they second guess themselves a lot. They really do. And you could be one of these people where you're looking for someone to agree, or looking for someone to tell you that the thing you're trying to do, or the way that you're trying to do it, is how you should. But what you have to understand, and what I would like to encourage you to remember, is that as a business owner, you are a problem solver for a specific group of people. Okay, you're a problem solver for a specific group of people. You've been given a solution for that group of people, and you have a certain way that only you can reach those people. So, being that you're unique, right, in who you are and your specific business, you have to remember that there are going to be ways that you have to develop your business, ways that you have to connect with your audience. There are going to be things that you have in your heart and in your mind that other people have never thought of, or that they have thought of, but not the way that you've thought of it. And they've done, but they haven't done like you. So one thing I want to really encourage you to do is to really begin to self-validate. And what I mean is, allow yourself to go through specific experiences. And as you are, I guess I'm saying allow, but the truth is you don't really get to choose sometimes whether you go through the experience, but what you take away from it is what's important. But as you are going through these experiences, should I say, I want you to really recognize who you are and what is being communicated through the experience. Sometimes the thing that's being communicated is that your thought process was right, that your strategy was correct, that your tactics were working, that your idea is a good one. Okay. And sometimes it's that you should have followed your gut because you were right on target. You were seeing what you thought you were going to see, right? And what you don't want to miss out on is that type of personal and professional development that's happening through your experiences. So when I'm talking about staying true to yourself, I'm really talking about embracing who you are, embracing what has been encapsulated within you, and allow that to flow out and not always restrict yourself because of the various, maybe the people that you've encountered or the things that have happened to you. When you choose that you're going to be a business owner, I'm sitting here like I hope my volume is on my computer. But when you choose to be a business owner, what you are choosing is to be a leader. Regardless of what field it is that you're in, you're choosing to be a leader. And at the same time, you're choosing to be a servant, right? You're choosing to serve your community, but you're also choosing to lead your community into new things, into new directions. You're choosing to lead first with thought and second with action. And that action can be that you're delivering a physical product or a digital product, or you're delivering a service or what have you. But either way, that thing first, the idea of that thing first starts within. So you have to embrace what's happening in you. And you have to understand that sometimes there's going to be a train that is moving in one direction, and you're going to be called to move in the other one. And when this happens, it's not always good that you decide to go in the direction that you see everyone else going in, because you may not be called to go that way. You may be called to do something different, create something different, reach different people. And that's a good thing. So, my husband and I, we were driving through a neighborhood today, and we noticed that there was an older space that was kind of run down, and then across the street were these brand new houses. And and we were looking at the houses, and we were like, wow, so they've got the brand new houses on one side, but the other side is run down. Hi. The other side is run down. So I said, okay, you know what? They really need to fix the other side of the street. And then we started looking around, and we saw that there were small businesses kind of in different pockets of this space. But overall, the street had not been updated, but there was a whole line of brand new houses in a space that we know used to, it wasn't like that. It was old and run down. And so what my husband said is, they're trying to build this area up, but it's going to take time. And so I just kind of looked around, and I saw that there were new businesses trying to fill the gap, right? And what I realized is that sometimes, as you have some businesses that are filling the gap, you have other ones that are trying to get there. They're trying to build, they're trying to create, they're looking for funding, they're honing in on their idea. So, what I'm saying is that on the other side of the street and next to where the houses are, there's room for growth. There's room for new businesses to be there, right? But why aren't they there yet? Because they're trying to get there. And in order to get there, they're going to have to hone in on their own skill set. They're going to have a vision. They're going to have to want to be in that space. And they're going to have to know that being in that space is where they are called to be, because that particular area is not the best area. But what will make that area better is when leadership decides to step into that place and fill the gap. It's when the business owners with the solutions to the problems start building, because someone's leading the way. We've got a developer who's put a plot of houses in the area. Someone's leading the way, but now it's going to take the remainder of the leadership to go and start filling in. Those business owners are going to have to know that they're called to that street. They're going to have to know that they're called to serve in that area. They're going to have to know that they're called to fill those gaps. And literally, I mean gaps like between a gas station and another building. They're going to have to fill those gaps. And the other thing is they're going to have to either develop their own funding or go out and acquire the funding. That takes confidence and it takes guts. So, what I'm trying to say to you, and I'm trying to show you this visually, is that when you decide that you want to be a business owner, you have to know within what it is that you're called to do, or you have to at least be figuring that out. And you have to be willing to listen to the voice from within, right? Listen to God, trust yourself, and know that the thing that you are being called to do may not fit with what everyone else in your industry is doing. It may not fit with the vision that your partner to the left or to the right. And when I say partner, I mean within your space, right? Because it's like 8 billion people in the world. I used to say 7, and it was brought to my attention we're closer to the 8, 9 point right now. There's all these people in the world, and you have people that are in your space that don't get it. They don't get the vision, but they're not called to. They're not called to get your vision. They're not called exactly to validate what you're called to do. They're called to do their job. And if their job is not to assist you or to validate you or to push you or to walk with you along the way or provide any tools for you, or if their position is not that, then you have to know that you have to know that you cannot rely on them to help you see it, to help you get there. Yes, Lynn, yes. Because you know, this is the road that we walk on as business owners when we are wanting to be successful. And as I started off by saying, you're going to have your own idea of what success looks like. So, you know, in being true to yourself, like I said, those values that you have, they're going to be present in your business, but they're also going to be present in your positioning. They're going to be present in your activities. Someone who may decide to take their business down to that area that I was talking about, they may be they may be someone who believes in innovation and empowerment. And one of the reasons why is because they know that that area needs to be empowered, that new things need to be brought into that space, right? And that's going to be shown in their business as they are building, but it's also going to be shown as they're operating. It's going to be shown as they are working together with the different people who are building around them. And they're going to empower other business owners around them because they will be neighbors who will be building up that specific area. So, my one of my other points for that illustration was just to show you that when you are on your way, someone is already there and they've created a space where you can fill in the gap. Like they're doing their job, someone else is doing their job, and now there's a space where you can fill in, right? But sometimes you're the first one. You can be the first one to get there too. And you could be creating an atmosphere for other people to come in and join. But one of the most important things that you're going to have to do is figure out your part and be willing to keep going until you fulfill whatever purpose that is that you are supposed to be fulfilling in your business. So this point of being true is that people are going to question your methods. They're going to question your ideas. They're going to question the point and purpose of your business. And that's okay. You don't always have to explain. And you have to know that not everyone has earned the right for you to explain. Not everyone has earned the right for you to tell them what your vision is, where you're going, why you're executing your plan, what your tactics and your methods are. Everyone has not earned that, and everyone does not need that. We need to know that there is a world. While we don't want to focus on our competitors because we do want to work, in community and we want to work together, we have to understand that there are competitors though. Not everyone is working in the spirit of togetherness, right? So in business, there are going to be times where there are ups and downs. Um, and it's just very important that as we are moving forward, as you are moving forward, it's very important that you just really Give yourself the space to grow. Give yourself the space to be who you are and to let your business really just flourish. Try new things if that's what's in your heart. You know, if you feel like there's something that you should be doing that no one else is doing, but it's in your heart to do and in your heart to try, go for it. See how it works out for you. See what you come up with. As I mentioned before, when you make mistakes in business, it's a learning experience. And when I first got started, my dad, he said something to me. He said, every time that you come up across a hiccup or you make a mistake, take note of it and build a process around it. That was one of the best things that anybody has ever told me. Because what happened is, as I started running into hiccups and having problems, I started creating systems. I started creating processes. I started seeing these experiences as opportunities for me to do something with it, not just to feel bad and upset about it, but do something with it. Sometimes it's a story. Sometimes it's actually something I have to do. That's how I got my business phone. As I had a situation and I had given out my personal line and it wasn't the best situation and I didn't like it. And what I had to go do is get a business line. And I think I've had a business line for over 10 years because it's one of the best things that I've ever done, in my business. But I had to see the mishap, the problem as I guess a marker, a pointer to a solution. I couldn't just see it as a problem. And I think I mentioned this earlier today in one of my posts where I talked about being solution minded, not just problem. Don't just focus on the problem, look at the solution. And when a problem comes up, of course, try to figure out what the problem is, try to create a plan, but then once you develop your plan, you have to take action. So you have to be solution minded. You can't just be focused constantly on what is the problem. This is the problem. We have problems. Problems are always going to be there. But really just deciding, okay, I need to be solution focused. So, don't dwell on it. Figure out how you're going to solve it, how you're going to fix it, and then go do that. And as a business owner, remember I said that you are a problem solver anyway. That is part of your purpose. You have been given the leadership ability, the ideas to get out here in the world and solve people's problems. And there are a lot of people, and not everybody is a business owner. Not everybody is an entrepreneur. Not everybody wants to be in the seat of leading the way through solving problems. So if you have, what is it, the gumption, if you have the heart for it, if you have the kahunas for it, if you feel like you can, take your idea and run with it and go solve problems, be willing to solve them. Be willing to solve problems. Excuse me. Be willing to solve problems, and not just your own. Be willing to solve the problems of your community. So that's all I have for tonight. I really just wanted to, I can't even see the comments that are coming through, which is so sad. Let me go over to the platform and see if I see it. But that's all I have for tonight. I just really wanted to touch base and, encourage you a little bit to make sure that you have faith in what it is that you've been called to do. And, don't be afraid to keep moving forward and to understand that sometimes what you're doing isn't going to look anything like what everybody else is doing. And, oh, okay, I see you. It's not coming through because they're the memojis, but I love it. So, everybody isn't always going to see and understand, and you may have a few supporters, and sometimes it may even be a little bit of a lonely road, but that's okay. If, this is what you've been called to do, you've got a vision for it, run with it, make it happen, determine your level of success, and then start pushing forward towards it. And, just as I mentioned in the beginning, kind of as like a quick reminder, success looks different for everybody. Some people are trying to be multimillionaires. Some people want to have a sustainable business, and like if we're just talking about revenue, right? Some people want to be a multimillionaire, but there are other people who want to be able to put food on the table. And then there are those who want to be able to make money whenever they can or whenever they want to, right? And then there are those who want nonprofits, who it's not about the money, it's about the service. So, whatever your idea of success is, it's okay. Reach for that. Make that happen. Create sustainability. I don't know why I'm kind of talking. Maybe it's because it's getting late, but create sustainability in that space and run with it. You know, for some, like I was talking about, to have a business that you can just go to seasonally and take care, do specific activities, generate revenue, then go away for another season, like a whole half of a year, and then come back. For some, that is it. That is their success. That's what they want, right? And for some, they want to be in the business every single day, generating massive amounts of revenue as multimillionaires. It doesn't mean that you can't do that having a seasonal business. You just have to position yourself well. But what I'm saying is, I'm just trying to give an idea of, success looks different to everybody. And I want you to really think about what success looks like for you and create the business, build the business, work in the business that empowers you to be successful in that way. And then hone in on who you are and what you are created to do, and allow yourself to flourish and build a community within your business or around you, and cultivate a space. It may not always be a physical space, but cultivate a space where your business can grow and thrive, and you are able to be a support and a solution to those people who have problems in our world. So that's it. That's it for tonight. That's all I got. Hopefully that was encouraging and inspiring. You can take that with you, put it in your pocket, pull it out when you need it. But that's all I have. And I hope that, I really do hope that this encourages you, because sometimes we are walking this path alone or with very few supporters. And sometimes people are going to say, I've never seen anybody do this, or I don't know why you're even trying. But you've got to know that this is what you're supposed to be doing right now. All right. So if you have any questions for me, I don't even think I introduced myself at the beginning, but on different platforms, you can find me at Mrs. Makita Rod. And my name is Makita Rodriguez, and I'm a coach, consultant, and digital agency owner. And basically, we help business owners build their business using technology while implementing, you know, balanced principles, really, to, create sustainable businesses. And so if you would like any support from my company, Redword Host LLC, then you can find us over on redwordhost.com. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to message me, and I will touch base with you in the DMs if necessary. So thanks, Lynn. Alrighty. So have a good night. And I look forward to touching base with you next time. Bye.